who just want to win, and who have grown up to be playing against each other, playing with each other. So it's great, and the environment's great here. I feel like every game is a sellout, so they have a great home court advantage. So overall, yeah, great environment.
Paige, have you talked to Caitlin at all? She went through some of the injury stuff, but she has to see if you talked to her, offer any support or anything like that?
No, I haven't talked to her personally, but I know she's got a great team around her. She works extremely hard. She has great work ethic, sending prayers. We don't wish injury upon anyone. So just wishing her speedy recovery. But no, I didn't reach out.
This was billed as the matchup of the century, the ultimate showdown between the two most recent #1 picks in WNBA history, Paige Bueckers versus Caitlin Clark. Two generational talents who had already won the hearts of basketball fans worldwide with their unforgettable college exploits. The hype had been building for months. Tickets were selling for over $1,000 each, and the American Airlines Center was packed to capacity, with more than 7,000 fans on edge, ready to witness history unfold.
Caitlin Clark was taking the ball up the court. She was the one who was creating a lot of these fast break buckets. And Caitlin Clark ended the game with 14 points, 13 assists, and 5 steals. Now, the 5 steals really stood out to me because a lot of people, when they criticize Caitlin Clark, they criticize her for her turnovers, which in this game she only had 2, and they criticize her for her defense. She was all over the floor on the defensive end, and she took some risks, and those paid off for her in the 5 steals. She also had a big block, and that was also like a good momentum shift for the Indiana Fever.
Instead, what unfolded was a basketball clinic that left zero doubt about who truly runs this league. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever didn't just defeat Paige Bueckers and the Dallas Wings. They annihilated them 183__ in a one-sided masterclass that had Clark's critics scrambling for the exit.
Caitlin Clark reminded everybody who she is in the Fever win over the Wings in what was a blowout victory. One where Clark didn't even shoot the ball well again, but she completely dominated the game and shows the difference between her and everyone else through her playmaking. Not to mention, she played very well defensively. You know, there's this narrative out there sometimes that she's a defensive liability, which is clearly not the case. A bunch of steals in this game, good shot blocking guard as well. But it's what she's able to do to set everyone else up and in the open floor and with her court vision that no one else is able to come close to being comparable to.
Let me paint the scene at Cambridge Fieldhouse on Sunday afternoon. This wasn't just a basketball game, it was a statement. Caitlin Clark made it crystal clear why she's the face of the WNBA, and why comparing her to anyone else at this point is downright insulting.
They done cleared the benches. This game is over. This game is over. The Fever went out there and gave the Wings the belt. I'm talking about the belt in the worst way. Now, what I would say is, god damn, I did not know the Wings were that terrible. I get they probably got one of the worst records in the league, but damn, we got to get Paige up out of there. We got to get Paige up out of there. I mean, she ain't really have no help for her out there. It was looking, but on another note, the Indiana Fever, they did their thing. They came to play. I don't know if they came to make a statement or not, but they did against them. They definitely did against them. And everybody had it going for the Fever.
The moment the ball was tipped, the arena buzzed with electricity. Both stars came out swinging, with Clark opening the scoring on a deep three-pointer that had her mouthing a triumphant, "Let's go," as she sprinted back on defense. Bueckers put up respectable numbers, but Clark was on another level entirely. She wasn't just playing basketball, she was conducting a symphony of destruction, leaving the Wings looking like they'd never even seen a court before.
Caitlin Clark's first bucket of the night was a long three-pointer, and she was excited for that. A lot of fans were excited for that because it still seems like she's not shooting at the highest clip like we normally see Caitlin Clark, but she did have 2 3-pointers tonight, and she was 4 for 12 from the field. So like I said, she's still not shooting at the percentage as she normally would. Even in this game, I felt like she was really aggressive and she took a lot of shots in the first half, but then in the second half, she was really facilitating, she was playmaking, she was getting her teammates involved. And with that, there were again 5 players on the Indiana Fever who scored in double digits.
Now let's give Paige Bueckers her due. This isn't about disrespecting her talent. She dropped 21 points on 9 of 15 shooting, which by any standard is a solid outing. But solid doesn't cut it when you're facing greatness. Bueckers hit some impressive shots and flashed the skills that made her a #1 pick. But while she was racking up individual numbers, Clark was operating on another level entirely, lifting her entire team with every move she made.
That's what we're talking about when we are referring to Caitlin Clark running the show. Caitlin Clark running the offense, being the innovator of offense, the distributor of offense for the Indiana Fever. This is exactly what we mean right here. This game was an absolute blowout. Dallas Wings didn't know what hit them. Everybody ate in this game.
If you're enjoying this, hit that subscribe button. Now, let's be real about what went down in the post-game press conference. When reporters asked Bueckers about Clark's defensive performance, how she picked off several of her passes for easy steals, the frustration was written all over her face. Yeah, she said, pausing in a way that spoke volumes. I mean, she's just a very smart basketball player. That wasn't just acknowledging an opponent's skill, that was the sound of someone who had just been outplayed at the highest level.
I think a few of the turnovers that were full turnovers today, I think a few of them were picked off by Caitlin. Was there anything in particular that you saw maybe that she was kind of a step ahead, or it kind of seemed like she was jumping the pass times?
Yeah. I mean, you answered it. She was just, she's just a very smart basketball player. So she'll get out and deny passing lanes. I'm going to make catches difficult. But yeah.
But here's where it gets truly beautiful. This wasn't just Caitlin Clark putting up another vintage 30-point explosion. This was Clark showing exactly why she's on a level above everyone else in the league, even when her shot isn't falling. She finished with 14 points, 13 assists, and 5 steals, becoming only the 5th player in WNBA history to record multiple games with at least 10 points, 10 assists, and 5 steals. That isn't just a stat line, that's basketball mastery.
Caitlin Clark is now has the 5th most double-doubles with points and assists in WNBA history. All right, now to put that into some context, she's played 1 year plus into this season, and she's missed 10 games. Think about that for a moment. Right here, how about this? Caitlin Clark has reached 200 points and 100 assists this season. The fastest to do so in a single season in WNBA history. She missed 10 games.
The Indiana Fever set a franchise record with 64 points in the first half, the most by any WNBA team this season. They dished out 30 assists on 40 made shots, a staggering 75% assist rate that had Clark grinning from ear to ear. 30 assists on 40 made shots? That's about as good as it's going to get, she said after the game. It really shows the selflessness of this group. Now let's clear something up. It's not Paige Bueckers' fault that people keep comparing her to Clark. The media, the fans, the analysts, they're all searching for the next Clark, the next player who can carry a team the way she does. But come on folks, after what we witnessed on Sunday, can we finally put that comparison to rest?